What's up, everybody? Getting into this episode of GH. Dante need to calm his ass down. Like he really do. Cause blaming this boy is totally ridiculous. Um, he sitting there talking about, oh well, if you didn't give him the alcohol, oh I know somebody gave him the alcohol. Well, if you know somebody did it, how about you be a damn detective? Take your ass to the bonfire, find out who was there, and question every damn PCU kid that was there. Why not do that? Do your job. Why are you singling Geo out? See, that's what I'm talking about. This angst that the writers are trying to create for them is it just makes no sense. It doesn't. It doesn't work. See, this is what I'm talking about. All these rewrites with this storyline, all the, just putting in certain plot points, it just does not work for this story, especially with the type of kid Geo is. Now, Dante's anger and suspicion of Geo giving his son alcohol would make more sense if Geo was a troubled youth. If he was a troubled kid, like he got into a lot of trouble when he was younger, during his teenage years and stuff, and he, was in and out of juvie or something, that would make more sense. Dante's anger towards him would make more sense. But you're talking about a kid who plays the violin, doesn't get in any trouble, doesn't seem like, he's a troublemaker, has no criminal history. He's just an all around good kid. It doesn't make sense to scream and holler at the boy. I understand that Dante wants to, be angry at somebody because I feel like, honestly, all of Dante's frustration and anger that he has over what's happened to Rocco, what's happened to Sam, all his grief, I feel like he's taking all that out on Geo. He's using Geo as a punching bag, and it's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. It's corny. Like, don't do that, especially to a kid that you know is a good ass kid. And you want to sit here coming up with all this nonsense talking about, oh, ever since he was a little boy, Lois and Gloria always, shield him and protect him and never hold him responsible for anything. You act like the boy was out stealing cars when he was a kid or something. Okay, so he probably did some little dumb shit when he was a kid. Probably spilt something and didn't clean it and got yelled at for it and they shielded him. So you act like he stole candy. Like, come on. Like, really? Dante is so ridiculous. Hell, even Lulu felt like he was over dramatic, and that's saying a lot coming from Lulu. I'm just saying, if Lulu telling you that you out of pocket, you out of pocket. I'm just saying, you out of pocket with it. Um, I couldn't stand Lulu though because when she was talking to Laura, here she go making Rocco's situation all about her. Oh my God, is this my punishment for all the crap that I pulled over the years? Lulu, what happened to your son ain't got shit to do with whatever you did back in the day. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, your son did what a lot of teenagers do. It's called young, dumb teenage shit. And that's exactly what Laura was telling Rocco. Every kid his age and younger, older, have done dumb stuff when they were that age. Everybody has. We all have. We all done stupid stuff that we shouldn't have done when we were in our youth. Hell, a lot of us are grown as hell still doing some crazy shit. We still do some stuff that, you'll look at us and be like, at 30, 40, 50, you ain't got the good sense God gave a go. People still look at us and say that shit. We do wild stuff. It's just sometimes it's in your DNA. You just impulsive. You know what I'm saying? You just do wild things sometimes. And I feel like, that's what's stopping Dante from going off on Rocco. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying his hardest not to blame his son or go off on him. But I love the fact that Rocco wants to take accountability for what he did because he knew what he did was wrong and he shouldn't have did it. I understand you went to a party, you never drank alcohol before, you was around all these cool college kids and wanted to partake because you ain't want to look like no little punk. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. Been there, done that. I get it. But Dante need to chill his ass out because I felt bad for Gio. And let me just say this. Let me go off script because I said this on social media earlier. Because I was wondering how the writers could make Gio an interesting character, but yet, make the fans start to care about Gio, but they can't do the same for Kai. That's how I felt. And so many people wrote me back and were saying, well, Gio did have a year and, you got to be patient because it takes some time. Bullshit. Let me tell you something. I didn't like those responses for the simple fact I felt like they were lazy responses. I'm going to tell you why. No disrespect to anybody that responded to me. It's no disrespect to them, but I just feel like it's a lazy response because We have a lot of us have been watching daytime TV for a long damn time. And let me tell you something. We personally have seen writers bring in new characters and made them interesting right off bat. Like the first day they came in just, like a larger than life character. We've seen it multiple times, several 100,000 times. We done seen this shit. Claudia Zakara, for example, she came in. We liked her automatic. A lot of us liked that chick. I still like her ass. I miss me some Claudia. She came in. She was just larger than life. She came in. She owned the room. She was interesting right off the bat. As soon as she walked through the door, you know what I'm saying? So miss me with that. These writers know they could do that again. And that's what I'm saying, because people keep saying, well, it'll take time to flesh out a character. Yes, it does take some time to flesh out. But here's my thing. I'm not saying, I think, and this is the point that people are missing what I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to bring a character in and tell their entire backstory or their whole agenda in the first few days of them being on the show. You ain't got to do that. You can. My point is, you can make a character interesting without revealing their hidden agendas. You know what I'm saying? Without fleshing them out fully. You can make them interesting. Make me care. That's all I'm asking. And I've seen them do it a million times. So why you can't do it now? Why does it take a year? It should not take a year to make a character interesting or make me like a character. It shouldn't take you that long. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, yeah, I felt bad for Gio. You know what I'm saying? Because he went and pretty much told Emma, like, Dante angry with me, and you know, he feel like Dante's not gonna change his mind about him. Like Dante just got him, pegged from the start, which is crazy because Dante's known this kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, boy wouldn't hurt a fly. And that's why Lois, I understand her jumping in trying to protect Geo, but what she did was she opened her big ass mouth because now Lulu putting the pieces together. Lulu sitting there, making notes to herself, trying to figure out where Lois was when Geo was born. Because now she trying to put two and two together. Because now she got a hunch that Geo is Dante's kid. I'm like, damn, Lois, you done let some shit slip that you shouldn't have slipped. You shouldn't have did it. But I get it, though. In the heat of the moment, she wasn't thinking. I get it. But I just personally can't wait for Dante to unleash on her ass. That's going to be fun. Because I feel like we got a small taste of that today. But Lois was giving it to him today. She was like, where the hell were you when your son needed you? I said, ooh. Lois is going off. I said, okay, I see you. I said, damn, Lois. She was giving it to Dante because she ain't lying. She wasn't lying. I mean, where was your antennas when your son was out here boozing it up? Should have paid more close attention to your boy. That's your issue. So anyway, moving on from that. You know what? I like the conversation between Emma and Jocelyn. I did. I just feel like I keep wanting to tell myself there's more to it because Emma is confiding in Jocelyn, basically letting her know the reason why she needs to be Dalton's research assistant. Because at the old school, he was testing, it was alleged that he was testing products on animals, and she was trying to stop him. Now she feel like he came to PCU and he's doing the same thing. He's still doing it. So she needs to be his assistant to prove that's what he's doing to shut him down. I feel like there's more to it than that. My brain wants me to believe there's more to it than just that. Like a big part of me want to believe that Emma is somehow undercover WSB and even Jack Brennan not saying nothing. Or Jack may not know. But a part of me would think he would know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just wish that maybe a big part of me is hoping the writers are creative enough to put that little plot twist in there. You know what I'm saying? That's where they're going with it. This whole WSB Dalton case, Jack and Vaughn sitting in the office talking about it, it felt like some NCIS type shit. I was like, oh, so I see NCIS then came to Port Charles. I said, okay. Brendan is all business because they want that tech or whatever that Dalton has. And that's why they not locking his ass up just yet. Because Jocelyn was like, okay, if y'all got evidence on him or whatever, y'all know he doing something dirty, put him in prison. Like, what y'all waiting for? Jack was like, nah, don't be so hasty. He was like, nah, we got other agendas here. Because you know Jack always got some type of hidden agenda. He said it ain't just about locking his ass up. He got something we need, and then we could dispose of him. Because Vaughn, he feel like Jocelyn not ready for this mission. He feel like she's too emotional for it. Like she gonna wear her heart on her sleeve and let her emotions cloud her better judgment on this case. And Jocelyn admitted, she was like, yeah, I felt bad screwing Emma over, but I'm not abandoning this mission. And I said, okay. Well, Jocelyn, there may be hope for you just yet. I still don't kind of buy her as a WSB agent, but there might be some hope for her. I don't know. Maybe it's just because the Jocelyn I've seen over the years, I would have, if you would have told me a year ago, 2 years ago, Jocelyn would have been WSB, I would have laughed. Like I'm doing right now. I would have laughed because I'm like, what? But she got, she got some promise. I will say that. I'm not big on it yet, but she got a little bit of promise. Ooh. And I do mean a little bit, like a little slither of promise to be WSB. So anyway, moving on from that. Alexis, she just blows my mind. It's like, ma'am, sign the damn commitment papers and have homegirl hauled up in there. Because Christina's working my nerve. Like, she really does. Like, she just grates my nerve. Like, every time I see her face, I get annoyed. Every time I see Christina now, I just like, ugh, just lock her up and throw away the key. You know what I'm saying? Alexis coddle her too damn much. Like, she really do. And then, when Rick and Ava was trying to come up with a cover story as to why they were at Alexis' house, Christina talking about, oh, I don't buy it. But Christina, don't nobody care what you buy. Don't nobody care what you believe. What you believe don't make them shit, so who cares? I get where Alexis is coming from. Her focus right now is on Scout. She's like, listen, we need to pull together, be there for Scout because Drew done lost his damn mind. And Molly wants to sit here and talk about commitment papers. I'm like, ma'am, did you not just hear what she said? Now ain't the time for all of that. Your niece needs you right now. She needs all of y'all to pull together, rally, and be there. That's what she needs right now. She needs that, support and that protection. Ain't nobody worried about that damn commitment paper stuff right now. Unless Alexa's gonna tell you the real reason why, we don't need to hear it. Honest to God, we don't need to hear that nonsense. Like, we don't care about that commitment paper shit right now. We got bigger fish to fry. I wish Alexis would tell this girl the real reason she got those commitment papers. I wish, but that ain't gonna happen, unfortunately. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.